What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode 68, and today we're returning with two big games with our Bluebirds as they take on PSG away in the penultimate game of the Champions League group stage, and then Bayer Leverkusen at home in the final game of the Champions League group stage. Before we play the games though, just calm and getting on off camera. And of course, in the last episode, you saw that heartbreaking defeat away at the Bayer Arena against Leverkusen in our second game of the Champions League group stage. And of course, fantastic bounce-back win away at the Emirates, our first win against Arsenal away from home in the save. Ryan Sessegnon continuing a great start to the season for him. I then played 8 games off camera, and as you can see, after a very poor run of 4 defeats in 5, we've responded and only had 1 loss in these 8 and 6 wins as well. Great response from Cardiff City. And we began with a 3-0 victory at home to Aston Villa at the Cardiff City Stadium. Villa this season having a fantastic year right now in the European places. Got off to a really good start this season, but not a great start in the game here. Maria made it 1-0, 35 minutes in, connected with a cross and heading it in for Elneny made it 2-0 with 60 minutes to go. That put the game beyond doubt, and in the 94th minute, Pedro Antonio scored his first goal in the Premier League this year, getting on the end of Rabiot flick on from a corner as he made it 3-0 deep into stoppage time as we got back-to-back wins for the first time since the season began. I was going to say the first time since August the season began in the Premier League. And following out another win away at Ibrox against Rangers. Obviously, we took on Rangers in the match day 3 and match day 4 of the Champions League. And the reason why I didn't come back to do these games on camera is because, with all due respect to Rangers, they were my second team when I was a youngster, because my uncle has been a season ticket holder at Ibrox for over 2 decades. I've watched them play at Ibrox numerous times, watched them play at Hampden Park in the CIS Cup final over a decade ago. With all due respect, I felt we'd beat them home and away, and we did. This game was the away game away at Ibrox. Sterling and Rabiot scored 2 goals in 5 minutes, plus 2 goals up half an hour in. Rabiot is really coming into his own in the past 12 to 18 months, and the only cause concern we had in the game, which we controlled really, was an own goal through Ben Davies with 7 minutes to go, but it was a bit of an error. But other than that, it was a pretty text performance, and we got the win in our first points of Champions League group stage. And following that, a 2-2 draw away at Turf Moor against another informed side in the Premier League this year, Burnley, but a frustrating draw this one. Maria bagged a brace in this game, scored 2 goals in the first half. We were pretty much in control in the first half, but in the second half it was a Jekyll and Hyde display. We just didn't turn up in the second half. After we came out of the dressing room, we were a different team. Cavallero made it 2-1, heading the ball in the near post, and there was 7 minutes to go. Jack Stevens scored from a corner, which I really think Onana should have saved, to be honest. Shock horror as Burnley battled back from 2 goals down to claim a point at home there. So disappointed to throw away 3 points, which should have had. But following that, in midweek, we took on Doncaster away at the Keepmoat Stadium, taking on a League 2 side in the Carabao Cup 4th round. This was the first game of the season where Jason started due to his injury-plagued start to the season. How does he mark his return, his first start for Cardiff? Take a fucking guess. It's 33 minutes in, drills the boys to the bottom corner, deep in the stoppage time in the first half, chips a penalty down the middle to make it 2-0, and then 14 minutes after the restart, sets up Goncalves, also returning from injury in this game, as he scored his first goal for the club, actually, Helder. He's been here since season 2, but this was his first goal for the club. He made it 3-0. What a performance from the captain. It's no surprise we've been in bad form this year when Jason's not been around. He's our guy, man. He's our captain. He's our true leader, and of course, without him, we're going to struggle, and when he's on the pitch, we'll play much better. So 3 in the final score, into the 5th round, where we'll take on Spurs at home midway through December. And following that, back to Premier League matters on the weekend, taking on our friendly rivals Everton at the Cardiff City Stadium, and we won by 3 goals to 1. Maria made it 1-0, 41 minutes in, and Elneny from the spot for 9 minutes after the restart made it 2-0. There was a bit of bad news though. Gonzalez went down, and he's still out now with ligament damage to his knee. We've just had so many injuries this year, so frustrating. So bad news there as the Colombian goes down again, still out today. And Ketchup at the top, he's back in the game, 63 minutes in, but in stoppage time, Maria settled nerves, made it 3-1, bagged his braces, we got the win. And following that, in match day 4 in the Champions League, taking on Rangers, like I said, I felt win this game, and we did. 2-0 the final score, both goals coming in the second half. First, Raheem Sterling making it 1-0, and then in stoppage time, Woodburn wrapping up the points in a 2-0 victory. So 6 points from 6, and that does see us rise from the dead. And with 2 games to go today, you'll see them both. We're still in contention to qualify. Following that, 2 final games first away at Old Trafford against Manchester United in the Premier League. Alenya gave us the lead in this game with a lovely free kick as well. I believe it's our first free kick goal this season, so very nice to see. Nice strike there. But United responded. Burrell, a new gen/regen English striker, scored both goals for them in this game. And Old Martial scored as well in a 3-1 victory as the hosts turned it around and inflicted our first defeat on us since September, and that loss away in Germany. And our final game off camera was a return to Wales as we beat Wolves by 3-0. Sterling scored our first, then Ben Davies scored his first goal for the club. It's his final year of his contract. He scored his first goal in a Cardiff shirt. He made it 2-0 17 minutes in, and then just past the hour mark, Ben Woodburn made it 3-0 as we wrapped up the 3 points and got ourselves yet another big win. So right now in the Premier League, as you can see, after a nice little streak, we've only lost once. We are now back into European contention. We sit in 5th place in the table, 7 wins from 14 and 25 points on the board. But, I mean, the team to watch, we discussed them in the last episode. Manchester United, 12 wins from 14 games. They finally had their first defeat of the season away at the Etihad, but they've only conceded 4 goals in 14 games, 37 points on the board, 6 points clear of Chelsea. It's already looking like it's their title to lose. They're just on fire, but we've done well to climb back into European contention now. 5 points off City and Arsenal in 3rd and 4th, and a long way to go in the season. We're not at the halfway point yet. And as for the Champions League as well, obviously you'll see both our games today, the Premier League games, which come in between the 2 matches in the Champions League with, of course, playoff camera. And I'll just show you the highlights before we play that final game. That's Group E. You'll see right now 2 games to go. We've got 2 points off Bayer Leverkusen and PSG, who in both the games off camera, they drew, both in Germany and in France as well. So very good for us, because that means now just 1 win in our 2 games today, and 1 win today against PSG away will put us into the qualification places. That's great. They drew both of their games there, and Rangers, as you can see right now, rock bottom of the group with 0, and almost definitely going to finish there. In fact, yeah, they are definitely going to finish there now in 4th place. And also, just one thing to show you before we do dive into the first game of today's episode. There has been a new addition to our coaching team. If you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen it last night. Welcome back to Cardiff City. Old, reliable, model pro, Jonny Evans. Yes, Evans, one of my favourite signings of the day. We picked him up from Leicester for £3 million back in Season 2, I think it was. And the guy just oozed class when he was with us. He was a proper leader, Evans. He was a proper leader. And whenever he played for us, he did really well. Whenever he played for FC Dallas, when he left us to join America, he did well out there as well. He's just a model professional. So pleased to have him back. And look at this in the dynamics. Our relationship is close, and he has a high level of respect for me as well. Oh, Jonny, welcome home. Feels so good when you bring back a former player that you got a sentimental feeling to as a coaching team member. It's quality. But anyway, yeah, first game today, it is indeed Paris Saint-Germain away in France for the penultimate game of the Champions League group stage. Lose this game, and we are going to be out, because Bayer Leverkusen should beat Rangers in Germany. I highly doubt Rangers will take points off them there. So that means if we lose tonight, then we are out going into match day 6. A loss, and it's all over. So this is our team for the game. We're going to play the 4-4-2 diamond narrow gegenpress system. We've played this a couple of times in this run, where we play quite well, but the 4-2-3-1 has been our best system. But I'm going to try and go the element of surprise of the game, the gegenpress system, and throw PSG off. And this will be our team for the game right now in the injury report. 2 players are down. Odriozola still coming back from that. Was it broken ankle he had? I think it was a broken ankle. Oh, no, it's a hip injury for Odriozola. Odriozola's hip injury still out, and Gonzalez out with sprained knee ligaments as well. But Jason coming back, Goncalves coming back, and yeah, here we go. So our team is Henderson in goal, but for Goncalves, Kimpembe, Jordi, and Stefano. With the midfield, Quadby and Camarasa, Ward, Prowse, McKennie, and Alenya. Sporting up top, Woodburn and Pedro Antonio, because Maria, despite him being our top goal scorer, despite him being a world-class striker, the truth is, you can't get too hung up on this goal-to-game ratio. In the big games, we all know it's his problem. He can't score. So he's on the bench tonight, and on the bench with him, Onana, Holding, Sessegnon, McTominay, Sterling, and Jason as well. So first game is PSG. Lose away at the Parc des Princes, and it's all over. Come on, you Bluebirds. So passionately, I'm going to say to the boys in the dressing room, we owe Paris Saint-Germain off what happened in our last match. Go out there and get revenge. That's motivated the boys as we head into the big game. And again, you know, we've done well to rise from the dead and get ourselves back into contention for qualification. But those two losses on match day 1 and 2, like I said, when we lost to Bayer Leverkusen, we were already feeling as though we were going to be out. Because, yes, of course, you know, we still have Rangers to play twice. We expect to win both of those games. But PSG and Bayer would still have to play Rangers in match day 5 and match day 6 as well. And those, you would say, would be bankers for those teams. So losing those 2 games really put us in such a precarious position, which, unfortunately, we don't know whether we'll recover from, and unless we can win both, well, we win one game and at least get a draw in the other one, we'll have no chance of getting into the top 2. As Mbappe sends it long, Carrero is through, Brian Carrero, oh, Dean Henderson, he did that against Arsenal, the king of the one-on-one. Pedro Antonio scythed down by Martin. That could be a straight red, you know. That could be a straight red. It is. He's off. Pedro Antonio is going to run through. It's a clear goal score opportunity, and he's been sent off. PSG down to 10 men, and now the question is, as Alenya finds Goncalves, Woodburn, yes, makes it 1-0, and Ben Woodburn puts in. I was going to say, do we now switch to our 4-2-3-1 tiki-taka, get possession back in our favour, and try and get more clear-cut chances? But instead, we've gone in front by keeping the tactics as they are. Carlos Alenya hits that wide towards Helder. I've said this before, Goncalves' stats on the offensive end aren't that great, but he still chips in with quite a few assists, and Ben Woodburn, taking the chance tonight, scored on the weekend when coming off the bench, makes it 1-0. And Becker claims that corner. As you see there, you might have seen the top left there. Bayer Leverkusen have gone in front in Germany against Rangers. 1-0 to Paris Saint-Germain. Woodburn takes his chance, which you know Maria would have missed. 1-0 is Carrero. Henderson again. He loves a big game. The king of the one-on-one. McKennie's on a booking, taking absolutely no chance. As soon as we get into the dressing room, Weston is off. And that is going to do it for the first half. And now Helder's on a booking as well. And we must be committing a lot of tactical fouls out there as we're still leading by 1 and we're 45 minutes away from a huge victory away in the French capital. And don't forget, we won here in our run to the Champions League semi-final as well. We like playing in Paris. Yeah, take no chances. McKennie, the ball in midfielder on a booking, has to come off. Got to do it now. I've got to do it. McTominay will come on. Second half to begin. No change to tactics though. Leave things as they are because as things stand, we're still in front. But again, don't forget, we still got Bayer Leverkusen on match day 6 and PSG will beat Rangers in that final game. So if we lose that game or even draw the game and PSG win, we'll still be going out. So we've got it all to do. We've still got it all to do if we are to qualify. Here's Dembele for PSG, who sends it long to Kylian Mbappe down the right, keeps it in play and outpaces Goncalves. In goes to cross. Henderson is there with a claim. Still 1-0. What a game Dean's had tonight. Alenya dispossessed by Dele Alli though, slow to release the ball, and as Dembele crosses, it will drop to Mbappe. You got a mark up in the middle. Carrero, the one that got away, is punishing us again. He scored in Wales, he scored here in France. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Cardiff City 1. Ali robs Alenya, who was too slow to release the ball, and as Dembele hits it to the back stick, Mbappe dinks it in, and the Spaniard turns it in at the near post. 1-1, PSG back on level terms with 10 men as well. I think even though we got our goal playing this system, we should go to the 4-2-3-1 because we've got enough quality to keep hold of the ball. We've got enough quality to make sure we don't surrender possession with the man advantage. So we won't make any change to the substitutions, but we'll just change our tactics here and go with this system. Again, playing the 4-2-3-1, taking tiki-taka style, we've got the ability to keep the ball on the deck and make PSG chase shadows. Free kick, Ward-Prowse. Headed away, and now as Neymar off the bench is away on the counter. He's running at the 3 men at the back. He'll find Carrero. He's got Stefano to beat. He has beaten him, and I cannot believe it. We have just capitulated. A man advantage, a goal up, and PSG, like in Wales, have come from a goal down to lead. How did we reach the final 2 years ago? We've not got the quality. Neymar to Carrero, bamboozles Stefano, puts it past Henderson. It's over. Good night, Cardiff. We're out. Well, we may as well have lost the game by chasing it anyway, but, I mean, this just goes to show you we're not at that level yet. We're not good enough yet. PSG, even with a man disadvantage, come from behind to win the game. And it's out. Officially, mathematically, we are done. Even if we beat it like Bayer Leverkusen on the final day, we're out. So I'm going to say assertively, I'm far from pleased. We totally capitulated there. Totally capitulated. 2 on the final score. We haven't got the quality yet. We're not good enough yet. And now there's no point in playing match day 6. It's over. Even if we would have drawn that game, we would have had 7 points. And Bayer Leverkusen would have had 11. And PSG would have had 9. So the only way we could have qualified is if we would have beat Bayer Leverkusen on match day 6 and Rangers beat PSG, which, let's be honest, wasn't going to happen anyway. So we may as well have lost the game by chasing, because a draw, and we would have been basically out anyway due to Rangers unable to pick up points in the group. So yeah, it's over. It's over. A draw wouldn't be enough, but a loss is just embarrassing, especially from leading and with a man advantage as well. We just don't have the quality. The manager is out of depth. Henrik Larsson he's not prepared to answer questions. He's like Russell Westbrook in the post-game press conferences. He's not talking to the media. He's not having it. Dear oh dear, it's over, man. It's over. And since we're now guaranteed to finish in 3rd place as well, we may as well not come out for that Bayer Leverkusen game, because that's now totally meaningless. What we'll do is we'll now play this QPR game away at Loftus Road and hopefully return to winning ways and at least end with a smile despite the disappointing exit. Just so frustrating, man. How can you be a goal up and a man up and then lose the game as well? Just haven't got the quality. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've been quite unfortunate this year with injuries. That's the truth. You know, we've had some serious ones to deal with. Odriozola, Gonzalez, Jason, Sterling. You know, the list goes on. Goncalves has been down for a bit as well. There's been quite a few injuries to deal with this season. And I will, and also the group we had was incredibly tough as well. We were the underdogs to qualify, but it's the manner of how we've gone out that frustrates me more than anything else. Being a goal up and we collapse like that. The late goal against, where the bloody hell's Ward-Prowse? There it is. The late goal away at the Bayer Arena in stoppage time. You know, and don't forget we capitulated against PSG in match day 1 as well. We were leading in that game too. We're a small club mentality. That's what it is. Small club mentality. And our coaches keep getting poached away as well. We lost. Was it Scott Young? I think it was Scott Young got poached away to Bolton. Was it Scott Young? Scott Young that got poached away. It was one of our icons. I think it was Young. Where is he? Where is he on the icons list here? There he is. Yeah, Scott Young got poached away. And now Bellucci's going to go to Charlton as well. And whenever I ask them to stay, they always say that don't interfere. It's like, what? I can't lose you. I need you. Like, all of my coaching staff are leaving me. My players have had enough of me. The fans are starting to lose faith in me. This is definitely the toughest season of the save for us. There's more pressure, more expectation on us. We're losing our coaching staff. Everyone's leaving us. This is the toughest season of the save. And also, we have been in the midst of a potential takeover as well during the run of Cameron. As you can see, the takeover's collapsed. That's the second takeover we could have had that's collapsed. And the board have once again lifted the transfer embargo on the club as well. So Vincent Tan still stays here. But this does not help. This does not help. I either let someone, as Bellucci has now gone, I either let someone take the club over, sell the club, Vincent, or just decide you're going to be in it for the long term until you pop your clogs. Is that the expression, pop your clogs? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, here we go. As United have won again. Just give them the title here in November. It's theirs. They're 9 points clear of Chelsea, who just beat there. They've only conceded 4 goals. Just give them the title now. Just give it to them. Here we go, second and final game away at Loftus Road. We've got to respond in this game and get a big statement victory and a return to winning ways here in London. And this will be our team for the game. Going back to the 4-2-3-1, because it is our best system, the tiki-taka. This is where we play our best football. Let's prove it today. And this will be our lineup. Odriozola coming back from injury, but still not fit enough to play. Goncalves not fit enough either. And Gonzalez still down as well. And this will be our team for the game. Let's put Alenya on the bench. It's going to miss him out. Let's put Alenya on the bench for the game. And this will be our Onana's back between the sticks. It's back for a Sessegnon, Kimpembe, Holding coming for Jordi and Stefano, and Ward-Prowse from Kane to CMs. And this is an interesting attacking midfield trio. Raviotti gets to start on left hand side, because I like this kid. Well, I don't like him now. I like this kid. I think he's looking good for us this season, and I like him a lot. So Rabiot starts on left hand side. Jason, his first Premier League start of the season. We need him down the right hand side, leading the team out. And Sterling playing through the middle with Maria up top. Come on, Paleo. You're a small game player, so prove it today and bag a hat-trick. On the bench, Henderson, Geordie, Davis, McTominay, Alenia, Woodburn, and Pedro Antonio as well. Second and final game, Loftus Road, QPR. Let's get a win. Come on, you Bluebirds. Right, so I'm going to say to the boys here, aggressively. No. Keep it calm. And I'll say, if we play our game, we'll win. If we play our game, we'll win. You're all very capable of that. Yeah, okay. I have faith, never let you down. Calmly, I have faith, never let you down in the dressing room team talk. But the only thing that works in our favour now we're out of the Champions League is that going into the Europa League, that's a much more winnable competition. And of course, don't forget, if we win that, we'll qualify for the Champions League for next year. So as we know, breaking into the top 4 is incredibly hard to do in an English RTG. So if we can win the Europa League, that's our ticket to the Champions League right there. That's the only saving grace of getting dumped out of the group stage. We've done nothing today as well. Show some bloody passion, lads. Come on. Half an hour into the game, it's still 0-0. Ward-Prowse free kick. And it's cleared away, but straight to player Maru. Gives it back to JWP, and it goes again. Jason, free head at the far post. Should have released at the target there, skipper. Of course, if we're going to get a chance, it's going to come through the captain, though. As QPR get the ball on the deck. And now Paragini down the right-hand side has Sessegnon to beat. In goes the cross, and it's headed away, and Jason can lead a counter-attack. The 31-year-old, injury-plagued, finds Paleo Maria. Lots of work to do. So plays back to Rabiota, the youngster. Oh, yeah! Piero Rabiota, remember the name, makes it Cardiff City 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0, away in West London. What a strike! I really do like this kid. It's so frustrating when you have red arrows on your young players and you can't figure out why. But that is an absolute beauty from Piero. Oh, look at that as well. I love the celebration from the kid as well. Wonderful finish. And he's just, what I like about him is that he's got the perfectionist personality. And like I've said before, personalities, they're such an underrated part of Football Manager. You want the right blend in your team. And that means he's always striving to perfect his game. And I like that a lot as Gillett fires it in at the near post, and Queen's Park Rangers have got their instant response. 1-1, but was it offside? Yes, it was offside. VAR rules it out, and the goal won't count. It was Kenny down the right-hand side of a nice cross, but oh, that's tight. That's very... I tell you what, that looked onside to me. That looked onside. I think QPR might be harshly done by that. I think that was onside. I'm going to say to the boys at the break, don't get complacent out there. Don't think the job is done. Second half to begin, and again leading, but QPR probably. I think to be that I'll have to watch that one back again when I'm editing. But that looked onside to me. But I think the VAR might have got it wrong. But either way, you win some, you lose some, and for that one we definitely won it. It's still 1-0. And we're half a game away from getting the win. Jason's corner, Maria's header, small game player. Not a big game player, but small game player. Jason on his first Premier League start, bags an assist, and Paleo Maria, captain to vice captain, Batman to Robin, makes it 2-0. Heads in at the near post, off the frame of the goal, 2-0 Cardiff. And that will do it. Great way to respond for Cardiff City on the back of that psychologically damaging defeat away in France as we win by 2-0. Good defensive display in that one as well, as we restricted QPR to one chance, which was a disallowed goal. But great to see Rabiota pick up the man of the match. He justified his start today, and I really like this kid, I must admit. There's something special about him. I really do like him, and he's definitely the future of our left wing position, no doubt about it. But that will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, please drop a like, as likes are of course very much appreciated, and you're up channel that as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. Cardiff City not going to the Champions League knockout stages, but what we'll return with in the next episode is the draw for the Europa League round of 32, which we'll be going into after that Bayer Leverkusen match day 6, which of course now we know is totally meaningless, and we'll also come back with games against. Let's come out to start the January window, shall we? How about Liverpool at home in the Premier League, who this season have not played too well, the champions, in 7th place, and then whoever we'll be facing in the FA Cup 3rd round as well. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode in my Football Manager series very soon. Bye now.